Singapore has a vision of becoming a zero waste nation. Yeah, how is it ever going to get there when Singaporeans spend more money on bottled water globally than anyone in the world?
Yeah.
We just heard that that there is going to be a tax to go onto Sentosa. So they're going to make people pay to go onto Sentosa. Why can't you apply that logic to bottled water? Why can't you apply that logic to plastic bags? I mean, there's got to be a lot more substance put on individuals from the government when it comes to becoming that zero waste nation that Singapore has a goal of becoming.
In fairness, Steve, this often comes from a position of kindness. I was at a couple of events this week, and I know this has happened to you and Glenn before, where I was automatically handled, past bottles of water. Happens all the time. Happens at schools, happens at events, happens at meetings from well-meaning folks, but when tap water isn't accessible. Plus, the second thing that I think has been lost here, our proud hawker center culture can't be underestimated because there is no tap water accessible at a hawker center. So for the most part, Singaporeans do drink at home and they do use their own tap water and they boil it and use it. And schools also use their own water bottles. Is it more broadly a unique aspect of our culture, our hawker center culture, and this kindness to give out bottles at events?
Why is it that Singapore is one of the last countries in the world, certainly one of the last, major economically developed countries in the world that doesn't have a tax when it comes to plastic bags, right? I mean, and
that's coming,
something
by the way, that's coming.
It's coming, but why has it taken so long to put a tax on this? So the government can be doing a lot more to put the infrastructure in place so that people will be carrying around water bottles. If you carry around a water bottle, you'll have the chance to fill it. You go into gyms now. A lot of gyms have banned, plastic cups there. You want to drink water in a gym? Bring your bottle. If you don't bring your bottle, then you're going to have to go home and get it, or you're going to do a workout without water. You can do the same thing almost anywhere. So I think it's going to take some real government leadership here in terms of making it easier for people. Then there's other ways. There was a professor at NUS said, let's embarrass people, like when it comes to using plastic bags. And he said, let's put a graphic health warning label. Like you have these graphic health warning labels on cigarette packs to deter smokers. You see, the diseased lungs and this stuff. Put images of distressed marine animals trapped in plastic waste on plastic bags, and then let people carry that around and remind them what their behavior is causing. So there's so much that can get done in Singapore. I mean, it's got the right policies in place. The government talks about setting the right targets, but now you've got to not only you have to nudge people, but then you also have to have a little bit of a stick as well to change behavior.
I was in a 7-Eleven the other day, and I never take the plastic bag that they don't even offer anymore. They just automatically put stuff in plastic bags. That's the first thing. Why can't businesses ask, do you need a plastic bag, right?
It's almost like the upsize culture. You've got to stop telling people, do you want it upsized? They've got to ask for it.
It's got to be an opt-out rather than an opt-in,
exactly.
Right? But this person in the queue in front of me bought a small bottle of water, not a big one, a small bottle of water, and then had them put it in a plastic bag to carry away.
The double bagging is my favorite.
Yeah. And I said to the person, I said, as politely as I could, excuse me, do you really need a bag? Can't you just carry that? Their hands were not full. And the person just looked at me like I was from Mars. Like, what are you talking about? Of course I'm going to put it in a plastic bag and walk away with it. So there is a mindset culture here, culture mindset that is just is way out of whack. And I'm giving myself the last word. Steve, we got to go.
Yeah, I'll give you the last word. The largest market for bottled water is still the US. So you don't get off scot-free.
Per capita.
Not per person. Not per person. It's incredible, Singapore. People buy over 1,100 liters of water per person. So Glenn, that person you saw would probably have to do that like 2 or 3 times a day, for all year to hit what the average here is. No. Singapore is off the charts in the use of plastic water. Look, I get it if the drinking water wasn't safe. I mean, look, everybody, look, Prime Minister Lee could drink new water. Maybe he can say no more plastic water bottles.
Well, and this is the other point, and we do honestly have to go, but Singapore has the best public drinking water supply on the planet.
Has the best recycled water. I drank new water at my book launch.
There is absolutely no need. It's not like we're living in some third world country where the city water is bad. Anyway, Steve, we got to go. Have a great time in LA. Are you back in Singapore next week?
No, I'm at New York for 2 weeks, and I'm going to go see Billy Joel tomorrow. Sunday in Madison Square Garden. So I'll be thinking of you.
Have a great trip. Have a great concert. We'll talk to you soon. Okay.
You got it. See you.